A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twinflame Union. In this channeling session, I would be sharing the words of masculine towards the feminine, and this channeling applies to those people who have been in a long-term separation and the feminine has either been mission oriented, like she's in an active mission for some time, because that's the energy of this channeling. The feminine is in mission work, and after the masculine told her to leave him alone, he chose to take up a karmic life. But after going into the karmic life for a good amount of time, he realized that he's constantly thinking about the feminine. He had been crying a lot, and anything would make him cry, anything. Like at first he thought that it's something else. Then later on he realized that he's missing her, because he would see a movie or he would see a song and he would think about her. He knew that he is missing her constantly. When the feminine went away from him, like when she also decided that I'm not gonna chase this person, I'm not gonna call, message, connect, anything, not even like look him up on the Facebook or create some other accounts to stalk him, to check him. Like he also acted in such a way that he humiliated her, insulted her, and then he was like, why are you doing this? Why are you after me? Why are you thinking about me? Why are you missing me? Why are you doing any of this? Why? And she said that because I love you. And he was like, no, you don't. And I don't want to be with you because I don't even have the time to be with you, and things like that. And he chose a karmic relationship, a karmic life, lot of karmic templates were there. So there was a phase when the feminine had cried a lot. She had cried literally every night, you could say. She had gone through a very bad depression. And then she moved on. And after she moved on, what the masculine felt was, he felt huge amount of relief. We could call it temporary relief. Okay? He got a temporary relief and he was like, oh wow, she's gone. I don't have to think about her. She's not calling me. She's not messaging me. She's not doing anything. She's out of my mind. She's out of sight, out of mind. I'm so happy. Like, wow, I've got rid of her. And then the anxiety started setting in. And even though he was feeling like some bit of stress when she was around, after this, the whole chasing phase is over, there is a deep silence that the masculine goes through, because he lives his life the way he wants to. It does not work out for him for obvious reasons. It does not work out for him, or even if it works out for him, he is not happy. He is not happy at all. So he goes through this phase where there is deep silence within himself. He's not talking to anyone. He's not sharing with anyone. He doesn't know what's happening to him. He doesn't know, like everything is like looking fine from outside. He has the business he wanted. He had the job he wanted. He had the career he wanted. He wanted to complete some education. He has it, or anything. The relationship he wanted, he has that now. In some cases, even the feeling that I've been left alone by someone who was too much to handle. So that silence also was there. And then comes the phase which I'm going to talk about now in this session. He has started thinking, first of all, he's crying a lot. And I know there are other channelings also where this comes up. This has been coming up. And here he's crying like he's watching some movie or he's watching some television show. Or some comedy video, some kind of anything, and he goes into this deep trance for a few seconds and he connects like, oh my God, I missed out on an opportunity of finding true love. She was my opportunity of finding true love. And I missed out. It was the bestest opportunity, the greatest opportunity. I don't think anyone else can love me. Forget about love. He's like, I don't think anyone else can be that opportunity. Okay, so you cannot even believe, it's hard to believe how much he's missing her right now. How much. It's like literally, you can say, when he had walked away from the feminine, she had cried so much, she had missed him so much, she had repented so much, she had been like, why God, why me? There was so much anxiety, so much panic, so much darkness, such a dark time she has gone through, and for so many days, so many weeks, so many months it happened. It did not happen one day, one night, and she was like, okay, I've forgotten him. No. It took time for her to get out of that zone. So this feeling, that feeling of missing the feminine, this is the one that has triggered a dark night of the soul phase for this masculine. Okay. Now, in between the dark night of the soul, now dark night of the soul is, how, if someone has gone through it, it's very dark. He feels like the life is, he's not happy. Basically, I'm going to do it in part 1 and part 2 because I'm being, I'm seeing this, that I need to speak both the parts right now, okay? Like, this first part is a little bit dark. The second part is what actually this will culminate to. So I have to share this part and then I'll go to the second part. For your personal sessions, for private sessions, you can check out the description box. It has all the details for both readings as well as therapies. So he is going through this feeling that everything, he is missing everything about the feminine, everything about the connection, everything in some form or the other, maybe a signboard, a hoarding, an advertisement, even if he's looking at another woman, he's not looking at a woman like, oh, I'm looking at a woman. Maybe she says something, a girl walking by on the phone, she's talking to someone and she says something. And he goes like, oh my God, she said the same thing once, So that type of, everything is popping up in front of him. Everything about her is literally popping in front of him like from nowhere. And he's like, from nowhere this is coming, nowhere. Okay. So missing everything about the feminine, his life looks very, very bad to him, very dark to him. Actually, he has gone through, this lockdown phase also. And maybe those people are also included in it who were in the lockdown and in separation also. So he felt that this is really bad, a lot of bad things were happening. A lot of people were dying, a lot of things. So he thought that this is a very dark phase. But he saw many people being a part of this dark phase, okay. And then he thought that, okay, this is a dark phase and I'm in seclusion and all these things are happening. Okay, fine, no problem, it will be over with. He gets out of it and everything becomes normal again for him. And then again he starts feeling these things. And this time there is no lockdown, there is no... So at first when the dark night came, okay, so dark night came even at the time when he was completely in isolation. He felt that whatever he's feeling, all the pain, all the missing, all the emptiness, all the, hole in that soul type of a feeling, he's feeling because of this, because of the pandemic, because of the lockdown, all of that, okay. But after the lockdown is over, he's still feeling that. Now he's going out, he's talking to people, he's doing his regular chores, going to work, driving, meeting friends, talking to people, taking his parents out, or whatever he's doing. Meeting other cousins, other relatives, doing family outings again. Everything is happening how it was happening, but the dark night has not gone anywhere. It is a very strong feeling. And he is totally mind effed up because of that. Okay? And he is like, why now? Is it because I have some kind of, post traumatic stress disorder? Is it PTSD? what is it like? It can't be that, because I'm not such a weak person, if problems happen in life, and actually maybe he's not, in karmic situations he's not that weak, but then why now am I going through all this? It is so damn dark, like even as I say it, I'm feeling it, like I don't want to, like we cannot get so deep into a person that we start sympathizing with them. So he's crying every night, literally, and what he is regretting a lot is he should not have blocked the feminine. He should not have thrown her out so badly. He should not have uprooted her existence in his life. He should not have done any of those things. Like he feels he took a very strong step, and more than that, what he's regretting is that after she went away, and he could have contacted her after 6 months or 5 months. He could have just dropped a message. He could have just said hi. But he did not. Because he was living in his mind. He was living in his head. He did not. And most of the times, if it's a genuine twin flame connection, it takes time. Inner work does not happen. I have some students, I'll be honest, the most successful ones or the most happiest ones, they have been with me for a year also. They've taken almost all therapies, because they start enjoying the therapy so much. They enjoy the inner work so much. Initially when they come, it's very difficult. It's difficult for me, it's difficult for them to get them out of it. But as we get the hang of it, now the feminines realize, okay, why this inner work is so important. Why? Because she needs to be happy. And if you don't change your vibration, you cannot change your situation. Your vibration equals to your situation. And I don't mean situation cannot get bad or worse. I mean your reaction in the situation. Your response in the situation is what I'm talking about. Okay? So vibration is your address. Not your physical address. It's not your address. Vibration also decides your dimension. Lot of things it decides. So, and then remaining state in the state of permanency, in the stability, in that vibration. The vibration can come and go, right, for many people. But staying stable in that vibration, in that zone, in that state of mind, that is the difficult part that most people cannot do. So now he is going through a lot of pain, crying continuously, feeling very bad, feeling like, should not have done this, should not have done that. My goodness, I made a mistake. Now I don't have, he does not have the entry point again, basically. Because he said so many mean things to her, and it's also ego. Okay, so in this dark night of the soul, the part 1 right now that I'm talking about, he is in the first half of this, he is going through ego battles. He is like, why should I do it? Why should I do that? So he's also thinking that if I go back to her, if I contact her, she is going to get even with me. Or his ego is not telling him, because the ego is like, oh, don't do that. You'll get insulted. Most importantly, you will be proven wrong. Whatever you said to her, all the mean things you said to her, you will be proven totally wrong. Okay? Don't do that to yourself. What about your image? Your image is so important. So there is a lot of pain, there is a lot of regret, there is a lot of darkness, there is a lot of dark nights, basically, many dark nights. Now this deep feeling of missing her, deep feeling of why did I do this, and this pain, most importantly, it's the pain. And this is reminding me of a song which there are lyrics, pain. You made me a believer, pain. You break me down and build me up, believer. I don't know how many of you have heard this song or not. It's called Believer by Imagine Dragons. So this part, there are some lines, it's sort of connecting with this feeling. But let me tell you, the DM is going through a different kind of a pain here, slightly different. It's not like he's talking about life in general. He's talking about the pain that comes from a wrong decision, the pain that comes from a bad decision, pain that comes from something you cannot fix, something you cannot change, something you cannot fix, something you cannot go back to. That's the pain he's going through right now. And he needs to go through this. He has to face it. Because if he's going to face it, he has to face it for some time. For some time, it has to be like that. So that's why I say it's not a 1 day, 2 day thing. It's going to take time when he will go through this feeling every second day, every now and then. One day something will bring it back, another day something will bring it back, third day, fourth day, and it will become too much after that. Too much. Too much to bear, too much to handle, too much to tolerate. Okay, and then the next phase will come, which is tears. He's crying now also. This is the frustration of not getting things in the way he should have. The tears are coming from frustration and anger. Then the next tears that will come, there are different types of tears, right? The next tears that will come from, they will come from this feeling that yes, things will change. Things will change. We will come back. We will be together. Okay, so I'm going to close this part 1 here and I'll see you in part 2.